How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Now today we've got something a little bit special for you. It's some bonus content for the week. It's a massive compilation of some of the scariest video clips going around. So sit back, relax and enjoy. This next piece of CCTV footage was uploaded by Archivos del Infierno over on TikTok. It shows a young boy playing around in a yard, when suddenly, something strange happens. Watch. It looks like something pushes the boy in the back. If you slow it down, you can make out a shadow or transparent shape that appears just behind the boy. Some viewers said he merely stumbled, but that doesn't explain the strange shadowy figure behind the boy. Unfortunately, like a lot of mysterious clips floating around the internet, there's almost no accompanying information to run with. So for now, you'll have to watch the clip again and make up your own mind as to what's happening here. Do shadow people really exist? This next clip from Sitio Paranormal has left Twitter users wondering whether it shows a genuine paranormal encounter. Take a look. The internal security camera shows that out of nowhere, a shadow seems to push the man. He stumbles a few steps, clearly frightened by what's just happened. There are many theories about what shadow people could be. Some say they're ghosts or spirits of the deceased, others believe they're extraterrestrial beings, but some think they're demons or evil entities from alternate realities. And still others believe that shadow people are simply figments of our imagination. No one knows for sure what shadow people are, but there have been many reports of sightings throughout history. In some cultures, shadow people are seen as omens of death or misfortune. In other cultures, they're seen as benevolent beings that offer protection or guidance. Most people believe that shadow people are just figments of their imagination. There are few scientific explanations for why some people may see shadow people. One explanation is that when we're tired, our brain doesn't process information very well. This can lead to us seeing things that aren't really there, like shadows. Another explanation is that some people may have sleep disorders which cause them to have hallucinations. These hallucinations can be anything, including shadowy people. However, this footage clearly shows the man being pushed by something, so it's hardly his imagination. I'll throw this one out to you for final judgment. Is this a real shadow person caught on camera? Let me know down below. This next video was posted to TikTok by Esoteric Mook 0. Like many of the mysterious videos found on the platform, it has no accompanying information. Take a look at what's been captured.
Wow. Génial.
The video purports to show a man with the ability to control the flow of water. He holds a large staff, bringing to mind classic images of the biblical depiction of Moses who parted the Red Sea. At first, it seems that he might simply be matching his gestures to the natural flow of the tide, giving the illusion that he can control the water. However, as the clip continues, it begins to move in a way that seems unnatural. As he waves his hands, the water begins to flow towards his feet.
Wow.
He then gestures in the opposite direction as if pushing the water away, revealing the rocks below. There, it seems to hold its position until he releases it with his hand.
Yeah.
So does this man really possess the ability to control the ebb and flow of the tide? Or is he aware of some unusual natural phenomenon and is simply matching his movements accordingly? Watch the video one more time and let me know what your theories are on this strange piece of footage.
Génial.
When TikToker RV Godoy started experiencing strange happenings around his house, he decided to search for an explanation. He began looking around in the crawl space under the building, where he discovered a creepy skeletal mask tucked away in the darkness. While it could simply be a remnant of an old Halloween costume, what happens next may make you wonder if it's actually an omen of something darker. In this clip, we see the uploader seemingly in a panic as he closes and locks a door. Something starts knocking at the door. Clearly spooked, he runs to another room, slamming the door shut behind him. A few more seconds pass before he decides to take a peek. Suddenly, the door that he had locked bursts open. Next, we see the uploader as he descends the basement stairs. He turns the lights on and pans the camera around. Seeing nothing unusual, he turns the lights off and begins walking back up. Suddenly, he hears another disembodied knock. Doubling back, we can see that the light in the room is on, and the wooden rocking horse, which was still earlier, is now moving. In this last clip, we see the uploader searching his bathroom after hearing some more strange noises. As he's inspecting the cabinets, he suddenly shifts the camera to the shower. Take a look at what he sees. A shadowy hand with long gnarled fingers is briefly visible before slipping from view. So is this the figure that's supposedly haunting his house? To see more of RV Godoy's creepy encounters, head over to his TikTok channel. It's well worth the watch. As always, I'll leave links in the description box below. Redditor Mr. Paranormal Guy uploaded this strange piece of footage. It shows a house in the midst of renovations. The CCTV footage shows an almost empty room in the middle of a home improvement project. The walls are entirely bare with two stepladders placed near the center of the room. There's an open doorway that seems to lead outside as it's filled with a bright light. Clearly someone or something took the open door as an invitation to enter. A few seconds into the video, a strange creature walks into the room. It's only about as tall as the stepladders. It has a strange bulbous head and seems to have large black eyes and very long thin limbs. It doesn't seem to be wearing any clothes either. The creature's appearance resembles many depictions of extraterrestrials in popular media. leading many to speculate that the creature is indeed an alien. Others, however, believe it could be some sort of child spirit or perhaps even a demon. Its actions in the room make the footage even weirder. It takes a few steps into the room, stopping near the first stepladder. Then it seems to teleport, moving in a semi-transparent blur across the room at a speed that's clearly not human. It stops near the second stepladder, then seems to disappear into thin air. Seconds after the creature vanishes, the second stepladder begins to move across the floor, sliding and scraping until it's out of sight. A moment later, the strange being returns. It takes a few steps before zooming off at a high speed once again. So who or what was this strange entity? And why did it enter the room only to drag a stepladder across the floor? For now, these mysterious questions remain unanswered, but the homeowner might be wise to keep the doors closed from now on. Paranormies are an amazing paranormal investigation channel here on YouTube. They travel around North America researching and exploring notoriously haunted properties, and more often than not, they capture some pretty freaky things on camera.
Oh my god.
In this episode, the team goes to investigate an old cottage deep in the wilderness.
That stereo too, right when that all happened?
The owners of the property told the Paranormies team that they frequently hear strange noises, not only in the house, but also in the surrounding woods. Mysterious shadowy figures have also been seen lurking around the property, but they always vanish when someone goes to take a closer look. One of the owners, Sheila, can't explain what's going on this remote property. While renovating the old cottage, she discovered some old photos that date back to the early 1900s. While browsing the old album, something strange happened to Sheila. When she started looking at an old black and white family portrait, she began to have a panic attack. She felt nauseous and lightheaded and almost blacked out. Sheila can't explain the strange episode and admits it could just be her imagination playing tricks on her. However, if this investigation is anything to go by, Sheila's panic attack could indeed have been brought on by something a little more sinister. The Paranormies team begins their night by setting up their equipment.
It stinks in here like old house, you know what I mean? Like the old wood from whenever this place
Very
was.
old, yeah.
They take a look around the cottage.
It's nice and it's warm though, thankfully.
Oh, I
What?
actually saw, I don't believe in orbs or anything, but I just saw something whip past your head in real life.
Like an
Yeah,
orb.
There's no dust in here.
Not long into their investigation, things begin to take a turn for the strange, as bizarre activity is recorded upstairs. Take a look.
Oh my god. That scared the shit out of me.
Who are you? Holy Hi. My name is Jordan. This is Johnny. Can you
fuck,
tell
what's going
me
on?
can you tell me what your name is?
The rocking horse and chair are moving, seemingly all on their own.
What is happening here? Can I touch you?
Holy
Okay. Okay, can you hang on a second? We just need some kind of gear to talk with you. Stop. Stop. Oh my god.
Electric again.
Again? Okay, can you
I
stop?
heard a noise from behind me.
It sounds like somebody's sitting on it.
The activity subsides as quickly as it began, and everything goes quiet.
Stop.
Grab a K2. Oh, I'm sweating.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not sleeping in that bed.
Later in the night, the radio in the house begins to play up.
It wasn't lit up before though.
It wasn't so it what
See?
what?
Did you see that?
That was weird.
Why did it do
This has
that?
been off this whole time.
trick before too. See? There it goes. Why is that? Is that you doing that? Who are you? That's weird. That is weird.
Is there anything else that you like to do? You can tell us.
It's like it's shutting off and turning on again.
Then in another room, a tap turns on.
Here's something. The water?
What is that? It sounds like the... Like...
I hear water.
Oh my god.
So you like to play with electricity, faucets?
While in the bathroom, more strange movement is recorded. Watch.
Okay, so... Okay, we're gonna do a Ouija board session. That's... Oh my god! Holy f***, that scared me. There's no way that I fucking moved that accidentally.
No, you didn't. I was filming the whole thing. You didn't even touch it.
Oh, my heart's beating so fast, man.
The team didn't realise it at the time, but while they were checking out the movement of the plank of wood, something eerie can be seen in the window behind them.
There's a set of eyes looking at us through the window, piercing red eyes, and...
Two glowing red dots that resemble eyes.
It just makes you wonder, was that the creature that Sheila was talking about that was making these weird sounds, whether it was something mimicking an animal?
The team can't explain this sighting. They looked for lights outside, but nothing could be found. It's almost like something was watching them through the window.
Holy my hands are... That scared the out of me.
Hours later, one of the team heads out to investigate the woodshed all alone. This is where the homeowners have heard some very strange noises at all hours of the night. While searching the area, he hears this.
Now, Jordan went to bed, but I felt it was necessary for me to come check out this woodshed where they hear a lot of the sounds between the two houses over there. I heard some crackling in the bush that way. I can't see without it. Oh my god. I shouldn't even be out here. Oh god.
Listening again, it sounds like someone says, okay.
I shouldn't even be out here. Oh god. I shouldn't even be out here. Oh god. Hello? Oh, shh.
Then what happens next left the Paranormies team completely shocked.
Not good.
Watch.
That's where we saw the figure. Oh my god. Holy f***. Just as I was saying that, it's right there.
Slowing that down, a dark figure moves past the window.
Oh my god. Holy f***. Just as I was saying that, it's right there.
The creepiest part is, Jordan, the other team member, is asleep all alone inside the cottage. He has no idea that a dark figure is upstairs.
Just as I was saying that, it's right there. Jordan is sleeping. Holy I have to call him.
There is a part 2 to this investigation which I highly recommend you check out. I'll chuck a link to it in the description box down below.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Did you see what I saw? Man, there's somebody like, it looked like a reflection of somebody standing up here. Oh my god.
Our first segment of the day has some internet users debating whether werewolves really do exist. In May 2022, Reddit user Segwin shared a photo to the platform that seems to show something truly odd. The photo was captured on a game camera that takes pics automatically when movement is detected. The camera is positioned at an 8-foot-high perimeter fence at Amarillo Zoo in Texas. In the photo, which was snapped in the early hours of the morning, you can see a bipedal figure standing to the right. It looks to be covered in fur and has the features of a canine, yet it appears to be walking on its hind legs. It's these details that spurred some Reddit users to call this figure a werewolf. The shocked groundskeeper shared the photo to Reddit, hoping to get some answers from the community. Responses varied, with some wholeheartedly agreeing that the figure does indeed look like a werewolf, while others weren't quite convinced. Some suggested it could be a raccoon or even a piece of trash that's blown up against the fence. Ultimately though, no one's been able to fully identify the figure, so unless more evidence comes to hand, this bizarre sighting will have to remain a mystery. This next eerie incident was captured on a live stream when YouTuber Horror Fantasies was running a Ouija board session for his fans. As he's chatting away to his fans watching the live stream, something strange happens. Watch. The doll appears to move its head. The YouTuber freaks out and drops the doll, but isn't quite sure if something really happened or not.
I could have sworn that doll turned its head at me. Okay.
Naturally, the live stream chat went into overdrive as viewers speculated whether the doll's head really moved or not. Some noted it almost looks like the YouTuber could make the head move with his thumb, which does look plausible. So what do you think? Is this doll haunted, or was the head just manipulated? I'll leave that up to you to decide. Generally, abandoned places are creepy, yet many would likely agree that abandoned asylums are always a little bit worse. This chilling photo was posted to Reddit by user Moonflowers420. It was supposedly captured by their friend Channing Booth as he explored one of the most macabre asylums in the United States, the Anoka State Hospital in Minnesota. Founded in 1900 as a residence for the mentally ill, various controversial treatments were practiced on the premises. These included electroshock therapy and even lobotomies. Of the 100 men who were initially housed there, 86 died and were buried on the premises in numbered graves. Every building in the Anoka State Hospital was connected by a series of underground tunnels. It's said that the walls of these tunnels are marked with the scratches of patients who got lost while trying to escape. In this photo, posted to Reddit, we can see an empty corridor. The walls and ceilings are dilapidated as rays of light pass through. At the end of the hall, there appears to be an unnerving figure. According to the poster, their friend was alone at the time. He snapped this pic when he saw something move from right to left at the end of the hallway. If you zoom in, you can see that the figure looks to be wearing a light-coloured dress or gown. However, their features remain indiscernible. Could it be possible then that this unnerving figure is the ghost of a former patient? Or is there another way to explain its mysterious appearance? Let your theories rip about this eerie sighting in the comments down below. Our first clip of the day comes from Reddit user Comfortable Cry 8097. Last week, the OP heard a strange noise inside of their house. They yelled out to see if someone had snuck in, but there was nothing there. Confused, they decided to check their Ring security feed to see if they could see anything. Take a look at what the camera captured. It's hard to see at first, but if we brighten it up a little, you can see a dark shadow that floats by at the top of frame. The eerie sighting freaked the Reddit community out, with many calling it a ghost. One commenter said the OP should thoroughly check their house for a squatter, because sometimes Ring cameras can make people look blurry due to their low compression rates. This could explain why the homeowner heard a noise and called out to see if there was anyone there. So what do you think? Are we seeing something paranormal here, or is this an intruder caught on camera? There's something particularly eerie about allegedly haunted toys. Clips of moving dolls always seem to go viral. It seems they leave people wondering whether the item itself is cursed or whether there's a ghostly child playing with the toy. In this piece of home security footage uploaded by Tatan Mysterio on TikTok, we see a woman browsing her phone at home. Watch what happens. As you can see, the teddy bear begins to move. Subtly at first, making the woman with the phone second guess what she saw out the corner of her eye. It then moves more noticeably and the woman gets up to run before the clip abruptly ends. This is another little viral clip with no info attached, so it's hard to speculate further. Most people in the comments section were certainly freaked out by the eerie movements of the bear, but ultimately it's impossible to know what's going on here for sure. So I'll throw this out to you, the viewers. Let me know your take on this in the comments section down below. When UFO footage is captured by a reputable source, it really makes you wonder if we're not alone in the universe. User Joseph Hamilton shared this clip to his Reddit account, which was supposedly filmed by Chilean Navy officials in 2014. The footage, captured on infrared camera from a military helicopter, appears to show an opaque black orb hovering in the sky. However, as the camera zooms in, you can see that it looks like there might actually be two objects floating in tandem. Because this was recorded with an infrared camera, the inky black shade of the orbs indicates that they're emitting significant heat. The orbs also appear to be flying at the same speed as the military craft. The temperature-sensitive recording then shows the orbs as they seem to spew out some type of gas. Oddly, the objects didn't appear on radar, and when the Navy pilots attempted to communicate with them, they received no response. The Chilean government investigated the incident for over 2 years before making the footage public. To this day, experts haven't been able to come to an agreement about what it actually shows. There have been many explanations offered, including planes, drones, and weather balloons, yet it seems no one can definitively prove what the objects might be. So what do you think the Chilean Navy managed to capture on camera here? Are they really alien craft? Or is there another explanation for their mysterious appearance? Love to hear your theories on this down below. This next piece of home security footage was sent to us by a user known only as Fievel Mauskowitz. It was recorded in June 2022. Take a look at what the camera in their living room has captured. Watching that again, slowed down, you can see a wisp-like shape move from right to left. Following this, all black shapes appear to float around the room as well. The OP says the white shape reminds them of a lady walking through their home. Strangely, the house is brand new and hasn't had any other occupants. However, after doing a little research, the OP discovered that the property used to be an old military camp. So what do you think? Is this just a glitch in the camera, or could it have something to do with the old military camp that once stood on the land? Share your theories with one another down below. According to Redditor Endless River, her father-in-law, a property manager, snapped this photo in an abandoned office building that he was responsible for. Take a look at the image and see if you can spot anything unusual. Unless you have eagle eyes, it might not be until we zoom in that you see what's so creepy about it. There's a weird looking face at the end of the hallway just below the green exit sign. Some viewers have pointed out that the right side of the face looks particularly odd, as if it's suffered some sort of traumatic injury. Since the photo was uploaded, it's received a lot of attention. While some Redditors seem certain that it's a ghost, others are less convinced. They think it could be the reflection of a poster that may have been on the opposite wall. They suggest that the uploader's father-in-law returns to the building to investigate further. Unfortunately, unless an update is posted, the real source of this creepy face will remain anyone's guess, at least for the time being. The thought of having a poltergeist in your home is terrifying. Although it's said that poltergeists aren't always violent, these spirits can still supposedly torment their victims by making noises and moving objects. YouTuber Sylvia C began noticing strange occurrences in her home after playing with a Ouija board at her kitchen table. She claims that her channel documents some of the activity that has since occurred. In this clip, it's fairly obvious that whatever is present wants to make itself known.
I've just put a camera on. There's a lot of activity tonight in the kitchen.
Keep an eye on the cupboard door. It swings open, then shuts. Next, watch what happens when the woman asks, "Do you want me out of your house?"
Do you want me out of this house, or do you want me to stay?
The presence appears to answer by moving a can on the kitchen counter. The poster explains that this kind of thing happens in her kitchen all the time. This is evidenced in the next clip, which shows the poster hiding behind a partition while pointing the camera towards the sink.
Oh my god, that spoon's moving. Oh my god, did you see that? Oh, that knife's moving now.
You can see a spoon and fork moving by themselves.
Oh my god, that spoon's moving. Oh my god, did you see that? Oh, that knife's moving now.
She shows the area beneath the counter to demonstrate there are no magnets or strings.
There's nothing. I'm not faking this. Look, there's nobody under there. There's nobody under the counter or under the fridge. There's no magnets or anything like that. There's no strings. That's been moved itself.
The woman's voice clearly sounds distressed throughout the footage.
Oh my god, that spoon's moving. Oh my god, did you see that? Oh, that knife's moving now.
So would you try and communicate with a poltergeist, or would you just pack your bags and leave?
Pot is moving again.
This next freaky encounter was sent to us by Ella Ruth Muldong. In May 2022, Ella was taking a dip in a river in the Philippines when she inadvertently caught something eerie on camera. Take a look. Watching that again, as Ella dips underwater, you can make out a pair of legs just behind her. But a split second later, when the camera goes back underwater, they're gone. Throughout the clip, you can see that there's no one else in the water nearby. There is a group of people on shore, but they're several meters away and not in the water at all. Ella insists that there wasn't anyone else in the water when she took the video and is at a loss to explain the mysterious legs. Some viewers suggested Ella do some research on the area. They said that someone may have drowned in the river, and this could be evidence of their spirit lingering on after death. Others, however, thought it could just be a strange shadow caused by the water. But what do you think it is? Share your theories with the rest of the community in the comments down below. When a security alarm is triggered, it can be a scary event. However, this video, shared to Reddit by Bamarocky19, might show something that makes the whole situation even creepier. Take a look. According to the uploader, this footage comes from the bar's security camera that's next door to them. The manager had just finished closing up, so he headed to the office to lock up and set the alarm. Not long after the alarm was triggered, a police officer soon arrived but found nothing of concern in the building. Puzzled, the manager reviewed the security camera footage to see what had set the alarm off. In the footage, you can see a ghostly shape moving across the room directly in front of the bar. It appears to resemble a person, yet it's pale and transparent. It moves slowly across the room for several seconds before the footage cuts out. After watching the clip, some viewers suggested it could have been a light from a passing car shining through the window. However, light alone wouldn't be enough to trigger the motion sensor on the alarm. So could there really be a ghost in this bar? Watch the footage again and judge for yourself. Our first sighting of the day comes from one of our viewers, Lainey Ferrari. Lainey submitted this curious piece of footage to our Slapped Ham Facebook group, where it caused quite a stir among other members. On a rainy day in May 2022, Lainey decided to set up a shot of her backyard. She wanted to capture a heavy downpour in slow motion. While it's a fun shot in and of itself, there's something strange happening in the sky in the background. Something Lainey didn't notice at the time of filming. Watching that again more carefully, there's an unidentified object flying across the horizon. Members of our Facebook group quickly noted that this video is shot in slow motion, so whatever's flying across the sky must be moving at an incredible speed. Lainey notes that the nearest light aircraft airport is around 30 kilometers away. However, no known light aircraft can move at speeds like this. So what is this extremely fast object? Aliens, the military, or is it all just a trick of perspective? Unless Lainey spots this object again and can make out what it is, this will have to remain a genuine UFO sighting. Abandoned places often have complex histories, and the dilapidated building seen in this video is no exception. Many people have reported strange incidents here. It's even thought that one individual committed suicide in a downstairs room. YouTuber Mysterio JL decides to investigate the premises for himself.
Una historia, diría yo, bastante perturbadora, porque aquí perdieron la vida muchas personas, perdieron la vida niños,
As he enters the first room, he and his partner hear footsteps.
Oye, son pasos, ¿eh? Hola. Ah, cañón.
They dissipate as the men walk closer, but can be heard once again as the men turn away.
Oye. ¿Otra vez? ¿Qué es eso? Ay, el cañón aquí atrás, güey, me caminaron, ¿eh?
That's when they discover the word niño, which means little boy in Spanish, written on the wall.
Niño, Emilio, esto es algo de lo que nos tiene con intriga, con preocupación, porque en todas las paredes.
Dicen que...
The investigators decide to continue their exploration of the property.
Ay, cañón, una plasmación esa, güey. Ya. Es una plasmación, güey.
Sí, güey.
As something grabs their attention, the camera holder inadvertently captures something unnerving on camera.
Ay, cañón.
A mysterious figure can be seen in the top right window. At first, it's almost impossible to see. However, if you brighten the footage, it becomes more obvious. Next, they head upstairs. As they make their way along a dark, dilapidated hallway, a chilling sound echoes through the space.
Uy. ¿Dónde fue, güey? Mamá. ¿Dónde fue, güey?
According to the uploader, the voice says mama in Spanish.
Uy. ¿Dónde fue, güey? Mamá. ¿Dónde fue, güey?
Not long after, the investigators catch a second sighting of the mysterious figure they saw earlier.
¿Qué? ¿Qué, güey?
Algo pasó por allá.
¿Dónde, güey?
Algo pasó por allá al fondo.
¿Aquí?
Again, the footage needs to be brightened up, but as before, there's definitely something there. Is this just a squatter who's taken up residence in the crumbling building? Or could it be the spirit of a child that's calling out for their mama?
Uy.
When Redditor Business Line 326's mother-in-law took this photo, she was trying to capture a reference picture for a painting that she wanted to create. Looking at the image, you can see the appeal. There's a lovely garden and someone taking a stroll in the background. The problem is, when the photo was taken, there was supposedly no one else on the trail. The poster says that her mother-in-law was walking her dogs and had just let them off their leads. If someone else was nearby, the dogs would have gone crazy with excitement. Perhaps the mysterious person's appearance lies in the history of the area. The picture was taken near the Low Pool, a large freshwater lake in Cornwall, United Kingdom. According to folk tales, this lake takes the life of someone in the area every 7 years. Maybe this ghostly figure was one of the Low's past victims. Unnervingly, several viewers have noted that the mysterious figure appears to be wearing a school uniform from the 1950s. One Redditor enhanced the image, revealing that the figure also seems to cast no shadow, even though other elements in the frame do. If this was just a case of pareidolia, then whatever the object is should throw some shadows across the path. So does this photo really show a ghostly victim of the nearby Low Pool? Unfortunately, the truth may never be known. According to YouTuber Christian AVR, recording creepy videos in the place where he works isn't unusual. The place often experiences bizarre events that occur without explanation, and on this occasion he was lucky enough to catch it on camera. In this clip, the YouTuber is working in a former dining hall that is now used occasionally for special events. He writes that the room is generally only occupied once per week and only for a few hours at a time. The room is large and vacant, only containing a few tables with chairs stacked on top of them. The YouTuber is working alone in the empty room when he begins to hear strange noises. These noises are not unusual, at least not in this seemingly haunted location, but he decides to grab his camera in hopes of capturing evidence of a possible haunting. After recording for a few seconds, something happens. A small stool that's been tucked away under a table begins to slowly slide across the floor.
Mierda.
It moves several feet before coming to a stop.
Mierda.
So who or what could have caused such an eerie phenomenon? In the video's comments, the YouTuber indicates that there's a medical facility right next to the building where the dining hall operates. People often live their final days in medical facilities, so it's possible that the spirit of a deceased resident has made its way into the dining hall and is causing a bit of a mischief. The YouTuber states that the bizarre incidents have continued to this day, but the staff of the facility are no closer to an explanation.
Mierda.
This next one is an old school ghost sighting that's been haunting the internet for over 16 years. In April of 2006, the investigative group Western New York Paranormal was spending the night at Valentine Museum after hearing rumors that the property was heavily haunted by spirits. The original clip was uploaded to YouTube by Nitro Cjo. It's after midnight when one of the museum's security cameras shows one of the team members searching a room. That's when something very eerie happens just next to them. Watch. On first watch, it can be hard to see anything at all, but if you brighten the image, you can see a dark figure walk right past one of the team members. Here's a different filter again. Located in Victor, New York, the original building was called Valentine Hall and was built in 1879. Levi Valentine built the grand 5-story structure with plans for it to become a sort of shopping plaza. However, when the planned railway line set to come through the town was never finally built, the area suffered a sharp decline. Valentine Hall was ultimately abandoned and left empty for decades. Over the years, locals began to suspect that the building was haunted. Some say that in the middle of the night you can sometimes hear a music box playing in the empty building. Visitors have claimed to have seen tools and other objects moving on their own, and even full-bodied apparitions have been reported. This security footage, now colloquially known as the Valentine ghost sighting, has become somewhat notorious in the paranormal community. Dozens of experts have attempted to debunk the footage. Some say it's nothing more than another person walking by. Others claim it's been altered, but some insist it's the real deal. It's strange that no one seems to be able to come to a clear consensus, and so the footage plays on. Year after year, it continues to intrigue those looking for proof that ghosts really do exist. Paranormies are a supernatural investigation channel here on YouTube. Based in Canada, the team travels around North America in search of ghosts, demons, and other paranormal phenomena. In this episode, one of their lead investigators, Johnny, delves into his past, searching for deeper reasons as to why he's been looking for ghosts his entire life. It begins with Johnny recalling a chilling childhood memory that he shares with his brother. Take a listen.
Slowly and subconsciously, we were both being drawn further away from the pool table to a locked, closed door that was nearest to us.
Spurred on by this childhood encounter, the Paranormies team decide to set up an investigation inside of Johnny's dad's home, where a lot of his childhood belongings still reside. Johnny has always had a deep feeling that something paranormal may have attached itself to his family, even before he was born.
I promised to get back to that story and share the details of everything that happened inside that room before I was even born. But to get you to that point, I need to take you back to present day and why we're filming, where we're filming.
As the team sets up their equipment, strange EVPs get caught on their cameras.
Makes me wonder.
Watching that again, a breathy voice can be heard saying, "Mine." Then, moments later, the team's Ovilus, a specialist piece of ghost hunting equipment, says something that spooks Johnny out.
Wow.
The Ovilus says the name David. This has particular meaning to Johnny because his uncle, who also happens to live in this house, has recently been diagnosed with cancer. His name also happens to be David.
That's my uncle who lives here.
Things begin to ratchet up a notch when the team starts hearing noises around the home.
What was that?
Following this eerie activity, the Paranormies decide to search the home using a modded Xbox Kinect SLS camera. These cameras are known throughout the paranormal community to potentially detect entities that the human eye can't see. Take a look at what they catch.
He was in the corner?
It was right there. Right there. There he is. There's nothing there.
Then seconds later, this happens.
I'm looking. Holy shit!
God, dude, that scared me to death.
Oh, maybe that wasn't nothing.
Okay. Okay.
Who was that?
Vapor?
Then a short while later, a door seems to open all by itself.
That just opened.
Later, yet more activity is captured while exploring the garage.
Might have shut it off. What the You? Is it? Holy fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay.
Sometime later, after their spirit box repeatedly says the word help, a strange shadow can be seen passing through the yard.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, that was a big help, eh?
Compelled by all the bizarre activity, the team decides to run a sensory deprivation session to see if they can contact any spirits that might be present.
Violence.
Was there violence between, it sounds like you're talking about two people, there was violence between the two of you?
Before long, they keep getting the name Harry come through the spirit box.
Harry! Again, Harry!
Again. What about
Is a train going by? Because I'm hearing train tracks in the... It's constant tracks.
It appears something tragic might have happened on the nearby train
It's
tracks.
like I'm hearing a train going by in my headphones so loud. And then it said violence again.
And there is a train going by. You can hear it.
Moments later, some eerie activity is caught on camera.
Did you die on the train tracks?
Yes.
Okay. Did somebody else cause your death, or did you do it yourself?
Said kitchen.
You work in the kitchen? Which kitchen?
Said all... No. Oh, yeah, it said yeah.
Towards the end of the session, Johnny suddenly drops the spirit box and begins to act strangely.
You dropped the spirit box. Johnny? You okay?
He thinks he hears something in the kitchen.
Ooh. Somebody in the kitchen?
I don't know.
He's clearly dazed and confused. As if all these events weren't enough, there's one final encounter left for the team. Take a look.
House. Oh!
So what's to be made of this eerie investigation? Could something really have attached itself to Johnny's family all those years ago? And is there still an energy residing in his father's home? If this footage is anything to go by, it certainly does make you wonder whether something paranormal is going on here. There's a lot more to this investigation that we weren't able to cover here. I highly recommend you go check out the Paranormies channel. As always, I'll put a link in the description box down below. Their channel's fantastic, their production quality is second to none. So head on over, show them some love, and smash that subscribe button. A strange flying object spotted at the 2022 Miami Air and Sea Show has sparked a fierce debate over whether aliens already live here on Earth with us. Former NBA sports agent David Sugarman was attending the Air and Sea Show back in May when he inadvertently caught something truly strange on camera. Take a look. While filming a jet passing overhead, an unidentified object flies from the bottom of the screen upwards. In the original footage, the object is almost imperceptible. But in the slowed down version, you can clearly see an object moving through the air. Whatever it is, it looks like it comes straight out of the water. On closer inspection, the object looks like it's rotating, as you can see a white, reflective glint moving back and forth. Sugarman posted the clip to his Twitter, hoping for answers. The footage quickly got traction as hundreds of people scrambled to make sense of the bizarre flying object. Some said it could just be a bird. However, taking into account the acceleration of the jet and that the footage is slowed down, the bird would have to be moving at an incredible speed. A few people replied with footage of their own, saying that they too had recently seen similar objects flying through the sky. Take a look at this one from Twitter user 528vibes. Here you can see a similar looking object that also appears to be rotating the same way. So what has David Sugarman caught on camera at the Miami Air and Sea Show? Even with thousands of people scrutinizing the footage, the UFO is still no closer to being identified. Even if you aren't religious, you're most likely familiar with the Pope. As the leader of one of the largest religions in history, the Pope is an international public figure. However, this video from Paranormal X Chile raises questions about who Pope Francis really is. This video shows a close-up of the Pope's face as he stands amid a crowd. He leans his head down and reaches his hand towards his face. You might be expecting him to rub his eyes or scratch his nose, but what actually happens is baffling. The Pope appears to grab the skin just above his nose and pull it away from his face. It seems to stretch far more than any real skin should. As he pulls, his eyes appear sunken and hollow like the eye holes in a mask. This has led some to speculate that this is not the real Pope. One theory is that the Pope has a body double who sometimes participates in public appearances, keeping the real Pope safe in an alternate location. Other viewers of the video have suggested that the Pope is, and always has been, something not human, such as a lizard creature. There are no clear answers here, but this video has caused many to have second thoughts about the popular Pope Francis. Misguided Road Trips is a YouTube channel that documents Stacey and Cliff's adventures around the United States. The pair often travel to strange and unusual historical sites that are rumoured to be haunted. In this episode, Stacey and Cliff explore an undisclosed cemetery somewhere in the south of the United States. The crew begin by walking around the property.
And we turned down here to find out what cemetery it was.
It's clear that this graveyard isn't tended to all that often.
That one's 1999, and look how the moss and all's just covered it.
As they search the grounds, they begin to hear some strange sounds.
One of those before.
Somebody's shooting.
Yep.
Yeah, it could have been a cover on one of these.
At one point, they inadvertently catch something behind a tree, a sighting they only discovered after they reviewed the footage.
Over on this side. But
Later in the investigation, Stacey sets up a spirit box in the hopes of communicating with any entities that may be present. During the spirit box session, something eerie takes place in the background. Take a look. A dark figure can be seen walking among the trees in the background. It looks like someone wearing a robe.
are we safe? Are we safe out here?
It appears that Stacey and Cliff didn't notice the figure at the time of filming, but the spirit box seems to refer to a third person being present.
Okay, I'm gonna cut this off for a little bit. We may cut it back on in a few minutes. Thank you for talking to us.
Naturally, this sighting sent the comments section into a frenzy, with hundreds of people scrambling to point out the strange robed figure. Most people were stunned at the sighting, but understandably, there were a few people who thought the capture was too good to be true. A lot of viewers have defended the footage, saying that Stacey's a genuine person and isn't known for pulling stunts like this in any of her other videos. Others suggested it may have just been a real person walking through the property at the same time.
Are we safe?
So what do you make of this creepy cemetery sighting? As always, I'll throw this out to you, the viewers, for final judgment. Let me know where you sit on this in the comments section down below.
Are we safe? Are we safe out here?
Our first clip of the day comes from the Twitter account Sitio Paranormal. This homeowner was having a quiet night in watching some TV when suddenly something eerie started to happen. Take a look. The TV flickers. Then what looks like a child's face appears in the middle of the static. Some commenters thought it might just be a filter on their phone projecting a face onto the TV, but that doesn't explain why the TV was playing up in the first place. Unfortunately, this is one of those short shareable little clips that has almost no info attached to it, so it's impossible for us to dig any deeper. I'll throw this one out to you, the viewers. What do you think's been caught on camera here? Let me know your theories in the comments down below. Many people believe that animals have a heightened sense for the paranormal, that they can detect things that humans simply can't perceive. In this TikTok uploaded by AmyBaby94, we can see a pooch on high alert. Take a look.
Luna, Jackson, come here, please. Come here. Come behind. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
It can be hard to see at first, but there appears to be a shadowy figure lurking in the bushes up ahead.
Come behind.
The dog can clearly sense something's wrong and stands at attention. It's hard to tell what the figure is. Is it something paranormal like a shadow figure? Or is it a person up to something nefarious? Dozens of commenters said you should always trust a dog's intuition. One person said that when a dog barks, it's usually at something they can handle. It's when they're alert but silent that you need to start worrying. Rightly so, the family decides to turn around and walk in the opposite direction.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
So what's lurking in the bushes up ahead here? Take another look and decide for yourself.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
So if you love this massive compilation, then why not check out our other ones here? Or there's a giant playlist here that you can binge on for hours. Leave us a comment down below which one of these clips you thought was the weirdest or scariest. We love getting your feedback. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.